is going on, everyone? Welcome to Detroit Tigers baseball here in MLB The Show 17, starting up a new series here, a franchise in MLB 17. Haven't really ever done one of these. I started one, 2 MLBs ago with the Chicago Cubs. Never could figure out the format for it, and it kind of fizzled out. But this one, as we try to get the Tigers a World Series, you can see the contract goal, win the World Series, so that lines up perfectly. We got 3 seasons to do it, and this is the lineup that we're at least going to start with here, as we got Ian Kinsler leading off, Nick Castellanos batting second, Miguel Cabrera, the man, 96 overall. He's getting up there in age. Maybe we got to think about, do we take advantage of his value and trade him away at some point in this season or the next one to try and maximize what we get before he kind of hits that downtrend. Victor Martinez, 87 overall, another guy, very old. Don't know how long he's going to last. JD Martinez hitting 4th. Justin Upton hitting 6th. Had a bad year last year. James McCann, our starting catcher. Jacoby Jones, one of the better prospects in a very, very weak farm system. We'll talk more about that later. But some versatility with him makes the team coming out of spring training only a 64 overall, but is a B potential. And then Jose Iglesias, our shortstop, batting 9th. We got Romine, Collins, Avila, and Matuk on the bench. And actually, as you notice, JD Martinez in the lineup. I decided against including the injuries that happen in the real-life spring training. It's just a little bit too difficult in terms of having to manage the other teams to get all that to work. So I decided let's let the teams do what they want. As we look at the pitching staff, it's Verlander, Fulmer, Zimmerman, Norris, and Boyd that are going to be the starters to begin the year. Shane Green and Anibal Sanchez going to be the long relievers. We got Alex Wilson, Kyle Ryan as the middle relievers, and then Justin Wilson, Bruce Rondon, who as the setup man, Bruce Rondon, a man that in real life for the Tigers made it a couple games and then got sent down. He is one that I expect a lot out of, but not surprised if he fails because he has had some struggles. Then Francisco Rodriguez is going to be our closer. Now, highlighting some of the prospects, we have no A potentials. We've got Kristen Stewart, a left fielder, also can play first baseman. He is a B potential. That's pretty much it, along with Jacoby Jones and the position players. And then for the pitchers, we have got a couple here. Bo Burrow is going to be the first guy, 20 years old, picked him up, not the last, but the last draft. And then the other guy here we just drafted this past season, Matt Manning, just 19 years old, only 59 overall, but also is going to be a B potential. So the Tigers farm system struggling. And the relievers, we got one big man here, Joe Jimenez, a 69 overall, probably the best prospect we have. And actually, if we need any help in the bullpen, he probably will be our first go-to as he has a pretty live arm. So we'll start the season off against the White Sox. Then it's going to be a series against the Red Sox. And now, as far as how we're going to do this, I'm not going to play every game. It's way too long of a season to play all of the games. So I'm most likely going to play at least one game from each series and hopefully go through at least one series per episode. So that means the other games are either going to be simulated or maybe we'll quick manage. I have played around with quick manage a little bit, and it does seem to be a pretty fast way of going through it, and doesn't take too long, and actually is a pretty cool way of going through these games as you play through your franchise. So obviously, I mean, the goal here to play through multiple seasons. Don't want it to take a whole year just to get through one season. So that's what we're going to go with now. First game, opening day, of course, we're going to play this one. It's Justin Verlander on the bump as we start the year out on the road, as we'll see what we can do against these White Sox. They are wearing, for some reason, alternates here on opening day, as Jose Quintana going to be the pitcher. A good year for him last year, only 13-12, but a 3.2 ERA, 181 strikeouts, just 50 walks, and a 1.16 whip, as hopefully we can take advantage of him. Now, one of the things you can see as a result of letting the CPU control their own roster, Juan Moncada has made the roster coming out of spring training, which in real life, obviously, that would not happen as they try to keep him down until, May or June to limit his service time and hold on to him for next year. But either way, you know what? We're just going to let the CPU do what they want to do. As our first at-bat here, it's going to be Ian Kinsler, draws a walk, so a nice way to start this game as Nick Castellanos, expecting some big things from him at third base this season. He had a very good year last year until he broke a bone in his hand, I do believe, or was it his foot or hand? He broke one of the bones, and it kind of derailed the rest of his season. But here, he's going to pick up a single to start this game. So up now, the big man, expecting huge things out of Miguel Cabrera this season. Hopefully, if he can replicate those numbers, that would be awesome. But a 2-2 count here in the top of the first. It's going to be Cabrera, and this one going to find its way past the first baseman. Not going to be hit well enough to score a run, but that is going to load the bases here quickly. As we'll see now what JD Martinez can do. It is a 2-0 count, and he is going to ground into the double play, which isn't going to give him the RBI, but it is going to put a run on the board. So the first run scored here in this season. As Justin Upton going to come up now, a largely not really an inspiring play last year for him in his first year with the Tigers, so hope for better things this year. And this is going to help, as this one's going to find the grass that will score a second run as Upton picks up the first RBI of the year for the Tigers. So 2-0 here. It's going to be Victor Martinez up, and this one going to find largely like Cabrera's hit there, right past the first baseman, and that is going to move the runner over. Now with 2 outs here, it is James McCann, our catcher, at the plate, and this one is going to be the end of the inning as he is going to pop out to second base, and our damage is going to be done. But a successful first half of the first inning. Now the White Sox lineup here. Tim Anderson going to be leading off, Jose Abreu, the man there batting third, Todd Frazier, and then obviously Moncada batting sixth, and then you got a man, Avisail Garcia, a former Tiger, down there towards the bottom of the lineup we got to worry about. Justin Verlander, very good season last year, 16-9, just over a 3 ERA. He had a rough patch there a couple years ago, but came back strong last year as he takes on Anderson here in the first inning, and this one going to be so close to dropping fair and being an extra base hit there, but instead it's now an 0-2 count as Verlander looking for that first strikeout, and he is not going to get, actually Anderson going to find the single, so the no-no quickly out the door here with the first batter as Melky Cabrera coming up. Now it's a 1-1 count, Anderson on first, and this one is going to be a fieldable ball here from Verlander. He'll make the quick throw, and that will be the first out of the inning. Now Jose Abreu up. It's a 0-2 count here, and this one going to be a C-nice single as that just gets past Castellanos. Fortunately, the runner has to hold, thinking he's going to make that play, so only able to get over to third base as Anderson will hold there. So first and third now. There's 2 outs, and this one is going to be Giovanni Soto as he is going to swing and miss at that one. So a 1-2 count. A strikeout would be huge here, and Verlander looking for it, and he's going to find it. Soto not taking the bat off his shoulder as that will bring the first inning to an end. We move on now to the second. It is going to be Jacoby Jones in the box, his first at bat, and he is going to find the outfield grass. First career hit for the rookie as that will put a runner right back on board here as we look to continue our successful first inning. In the second now, it is Jose Iglesias, and this is going to be a single as well as Jones will move over, tempting the third base there, but we are going to stop short as that will put 2 men on, and the next batter is going to be Ian Kinsler. He's going to sacrifice them over with the bunt. So second and third here, it's Nick Castellanos up looking for the RBI, and this one is going to find its way into the outfield. Again, the runner's thinking this one's going to be caught, so second base is going to stand still. Jones has the time to make it home, so it's now a 3-0 game. Up next now, it's Miguel Cabrera, and here, first pitch of the at-bat, and Miguel Cabrera taking no prisoners as this an absolute rocket out to center field. It's going to find its way over the wall, and there is our first home run of the series. Miguel Cabrera, who else is going to do it? 413 feet. It's a 3-run home run, and we have blown this game open here in just the second inning. 6-0 your score, as here Victor Martinez going to add to it. JD Martinez will score from second. It's 7-0, and I did not expect this series to start this way in the first game, but 7-0, that is what it would end there in the top half of the second. So into the bottom of the second here as this hit going to be dropped down as already a man on. That's going to make it first and third. So Verlander having his troubles here early in this game, obviously the first game of the year. We're hopefully will settle in here as we go, but now first and third, this is going to find the grass, so that is going to be an RBI single as the White Sox will find their way onto the scoreboard, and that actually is going to move the runner over to third. So first and third here, 7-1 game as Anderson, the leadoff man, back up here, and this one going to be a high fly ball into left field, and that will be deep enough to score the runner. So another run on the board for the White Sox as that will make it a 7-2 game as now we move on. And into the third inning, it's going to be a pitching change as the starter not making it far here. Quintana pulled, I guess it's the first game of the season, so they figure why make him continue to go out there, save his arm. So we're just going to continue to tee off here as this ball going to go off the wall. Ian Kinsler on his horse going to make it into second. And I guess it's just going to be more of the same as we have the White Sox number here on opening day. As it's 2 outs here, Castellanos is going to strike out, so the Kinsler double going to be wasted as that will bring an end to the inning. And for the first time, we do not put a run on the board. Now, Juan Moncada walked in his first at-bat up here in the bottom of the third, 2 outs, man on first, and he, well, simply gets a hold of this one as that will be his first major league home run. Moncada obviously showing off the talent here, almost a chance for that catch to be made, but it's going to be a home run as that is going to be a 2-run home run. And now the White Sox honestly back in this one as Cabrera going to come up here 2 for 2. It's a 7-4 game, top of the fourth, no one on, no one out. It's a 1-0 count, and Miguel Cabrera going to send this one out to right field. And unfortunately, the 23 speed not going to help Cabrera as he will have to stop at first base. We got a couple of slow guys on the team. I think Victor Martinez has 11 speed, so obviously those guys won't be stealing. But here, it's going to be Justin Upton, and he is going to find another nice hit as he's going to pick up a double. Cabrera will make his way over to third, and we are looking pretty good here in this fourth inning. And actually very good as the bases are loaded. McCann up to the plate. Does not have a hit yet. Looking for one here, and it would be a big one. But actually going to ground in the double play. But McCann apparently with a little bit of wheels as he's going to beat the throw. He'll pick up the RBI. It's a fielder's choice. And it's now an 8-4 game. Still the top of the fourth here. It's going to be a hit. Again, Jacoby Jones going to pick up his first RBI as a Tiger. So a good first game here for the rookie. And good to see from a guy that is not rated very high. So 9-4 now in the bottom of the fifth. It's going to be the White Sox already with a man on, and again another hit out to that right field area, and that is going to move the runner over, and actually a double going to come in there as that is going to make it second and third as the White Sox not going away here, sticking around. It's no out. It's a 1-2 count, and this one going to be a high fly ball here as Jones in shallow center field doesn't take a good approach to this ball, and also does not have an arm. That one an absolute noodle. I put everything behind it, so we got to be aware of that as we head into this season. But now looking out of the inning, Castellanos with a nice diving play, gonna make the throw, and that is gonna bring the inning to an end. Moncada not gonna get there as now bottom of the sixth. Verlander getting tired, gonna be his last inning here, looking to get out of it as 2 outs. He is gonna strike out Anderson, and he will get his job done for the day as we move into the next inning. Bruce Rondon giving him a shot here. He did have a good end of last season, a 2.97 ERA, only had 36 innings though, a 5-0 record. He did spend quite a bit of time in AAA last year. Hopefully he's going to do well because he is a very hard thrower as he shows it there, picking up the first out with the strikeout. Now a 2-2 count as looking for another strikeout. He's going to get 101 miles per hour, so you can see an absolute fire thrower there. So 2 outs now, looking for that final out of the inning. But this one going to be a bad pitch. Some accuracy issues. He had a walk already. And now looking at another one here, 3-1 count. And that is going to put a second man on. So at this point, I'm going to get a couple of guys up in the bullpen here. A little bit worried about this game getting out of hand with Rondon on the mound as another ball coming in 100 miles an hour. 3-2 count, big pitch here, trying to get out of the inning with the rookie at the plate. And this one, a fortunate swing as just inside fair territory, Miguel Cabrera going to make the catch, and that will bring the inning to an end. Now the White Sox going to bring in another pitcher, Zach Putnam, a 2.30 ERA, only 27 innings pitched last year. As Miguel Cabrera coming up 3 for 4 so far in this game, a very good first game for him. And you know what? How about we make it a little bit better as this hanging breaking ball, Cabrera going to get all over it. His second home run of the game. This one a very deep shot as that is going to make it 10-5, and really not much left to do in this game. Alex Wilson going to try and finish it out. He pitched a perfect 8th inning, now looking to finish out the 9th inning here as it's going to be 2 outs, looking for that final out of the game, and we are going to find it as it's JD Martinez in right field, and the Detroit Tigers will win opening day as we finish our first game of this series, and hopefully many more to come. I'm going to simulate or quick manage through the remainder of these games at the start of the next episode, and then we'll play a game in our next series against the Red Sox. But a good first game. Miguel Cabrera, your player of the game, 4 for 5, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Castellanos, 3 for 5. Justin Upton, 2 for 5. Jacoby Jones, I think, was 4 for 5 in the game. The rookie, a very good game. And Verlander, not great first game, but still not bad for our first outing of the season. So that is going to do it for this first episode. If you enjoyed it, please go and give it a like. I'd really appreciate it. And subscribe to see any future videos that I make. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.